Moments that aren't just disturbing, they're unexplainable. A moving shadow. A sudden noise.
What? No.
Or something that feels ripped straight from a nightmare. Let's watch the most unsettling incidents these people had to live through.
This is the most disturbing thing I've seen in my life.
Investigator find.
Look at this. What wouldn't... Okay. What?
Back in 2009, a YouTuber exploring an old, empty brothel captured something unusual on camera. As he moved through the dusty ground floor, the place felt heavy and silent. While checking one of the rooms, he opened a closet door and found a still figure standing inside. It didn't move or speak, just stayed motionless in the shadows.
Okay. That must have been from a play.
Moments later, strange sounds echoed across the room, as if something else was nearby.
Jeez!
The short clip left many wondering what he had really found hidden in that forgotten building.
No, I didn't do that. That sounded like it came from down the end of this hallway.
Creepy ghost encounter. A man was casually live on Instagram, talking to his viewers like usual. Everything felt normal, until the comments started coming in. People kept saying there was someone standing behind him. He didn't turn around right away, but slowly glanced at the screen. That's when he saw it, a girl-like face appearing just behind his shoulder. He stayed completely still, unsure of what he was looking at. The moment was brief, but chilling, and the live stream quickly turned into something no one expected. Child ghost. This girl was in the middle of a call with her friend when the connection suddenly distorted. At that exact moment, a small, childlike figure passed through the doorway, and the door slammed shut right after it. She was left frozen, unable to speak. What made it even stranger was that she lived alone. There was no one who could have made the sound or imitated a child. So, what was it? Let me know in the comments below. Witch encounter. A young man was spending a quiet evening alone when something strange caught his eye. Outside the window, a pale, witch-like figure seemed to be watching him, but within seconds, she was no longer there. Her presence now felt inside the room. Trying to stay calm, he walked around the house, checking every corner. Nothing seemed out of place, but as he glanced at the mirror, her reflection was there, staring straight back at him. The moment was recorded, and the footage quickly spread online, leaving behind more questions than answers. Creepy ghost. He found an old doll at an antique shop and brought it home, thinking it was just a forgotten collectible. But that night, something felt different. Strange tapping noises came from the room where the doll was. And that's when he saw it. A shadowy figure slowly peeked out from behind the doll, then vanished back again. It didn't move like a person, more like something studying him. That was the moment he realized the doll wasn't alone. Possessed girl. A group of friends gathered for a casual Ouija session, but things quickly turned unsettling. One girl, quiet at first, suddenly began smiling in a strange, eerie way. She started brushing her face and hair slowly while sitting still on the floor. Then, without warning, her body twisted unnaturally, and she began crawling backwards toward the others in a way no one could explain. The room fell silent, but her movement said it all. Something else had taken control. Shadowy, demonic entity. The man stood by the door with his grandfather, both staring toward the staircase. A strange whistle had led them there, but what they saw wasn't clear. A shadowy figure stood near the bottom, not moving, just waiting in the dark.
Ve, fíjate.
¡Ay! ¡Otra vez, abuelo!
It didn't look like a person. They stepped back, looked again, and the figure was still there, hiding in the same spot. Feeling nervous, they quickly returned to their room, locked the door, and called the police, unsure what had just taken place in their own home. FaceTiming gone wrong. A man was home alone, chatting with a friend over FaceTime, when something unusual started happening around him.
Julie, my door just fucking opened. What? No.
He noticed his door shifting, as if someone was gently trying to push it open. Curious, he stepped outside to check, but the hallway was completely empty. As he returned to his room, another door inside slowly opened and shut by itself.
What the? No.
Moments later, nearby items started to move. Nothing made sense. The whole thing was caught live on his call, leaving him speechless. Whatever it was, it didn't feel like just an ordinary night at home. Kitchen horror. This woman was home alone when she suddenly heard a noise in the kitchen. Curious and a bit uneasy, she walked over and saw the sink tap suddenly running by itself. She quickly pulled out her phone and started recording. As she zoomed in, trying to catch the strange moment on video, something even more disturbing appeared. A dark shadow moved across the reflection on her fridge. She rushed over to check, but no one was there. The house was silent again, but something didn't feel right at all. Creepy backyard shadow. A security camera outside a quiet home recorded something that caught everyone's attention. In the backyard, a shadowy figure could be seen moving quickly near the fence. It didn't look like a person, and its movements were hard to follow. The dark shape appeared and disappeared in strange ways, leaving viewers confused. People tried to guess what it was, but no one could explain it clearly. Creepy nightmares. This man had been haunted by nightmares for weeks. Tired of the fear, he set up a camera to record his sleep. That night, every time he shut his eyes, he felt a strange presence near him, like someone was standing right beside the bed. When he checked the footage, his fear turned real. Something was definitely there, watching him closely. Home alone. She had been alone in the house for days when odd noises from the kitchen began to worry her. Items seemed to shift without reason, always when she was in another room.
Vamos a ver, me va a dar más de valor y vamos a ver.
Hoping to catch the source, she placed her phone on record and stepped away. That's when it happened.
No mames! No mames!
A small object dropped to the floor by itself, but then something else appeared. A dark shadow peeked from the side, just for a second. That quiet moment was enough to send her running out without looking back. Singing daughter. A girl was filming herself while singing a quiet tune for her mother, creating a calm and simple moment. But that calm was soon broken by soft knocking at the door. She paused, unsure where it was coming from. The knocks continued, steady and strange, with no clear answer. She walked over to check, but no one was around. Trying to ignore it, she returned to her room. That's when the bedsheet suddenly pulled itself away, slow and clear. Yet the room remained still, with no one else in sight. Bathroom ghost. A man walked into the men's bathroom, thinking it was just a normal visit, until something truly eerie happened. As he stepped inside, the last stall door slowly creaked open by itself.
That shit's mad weird.
At first, he brushed it off, but then he noticed something. A strange figure peeking out from behind the door. He stood frozen for a second, and then ran straight out.
That shit's mad weird. What the
Abandoned hospital ghost. This man went to explore an old, abandoned hospital. As he walked through the dim halls, he noticed a strange figure.
Hey, what's up? Ah!
Slightly bent, dressed in what looked like a hospital gown. It slowly turned a corner and disappeared into the hallway. But when he followed it, every room was empty. No footsteps, no sounds, just silence. Whatever it was, it vanished without a trace, leaving behind a feeling that someone or something was still watching.
Hey, what's up?
High school paranormal. This unsettling footage came from inside a classroom at King High School in Florida. A man was recording a balloon that began following him around the room, changing direction each time he moved. There were no fans or open windows.
The party, but what's been freaking me out is this one right here. No matter where I'm at in the classroom or what I decide to do, it just follows me.
Yet it hovered unnaturally close. What made it worse? At one point, a dark shadow flashed past the doorway, caught clearly in the reflection. Whatever was guiding that balloon didn't seem normal, and it wasn't hiding anymore.
Ooh! No, I can't.
Leg pulling. In a strange video that's been shared online, a woman is seen sleeping on a couch when her leg suddenly lifts above her head, as if something invisible pulled it. The family behind the video believes their troubles began after visiting an old, empty prison during a Halloween event. Since then, unusual things kept happening around their home. The strange activity became so upsetting that they eventually moved out. Though the clip has grabbed attention, there's still no clear answer about what really caused the eerie movement. Birthday gone wrong.
Happy birthday, Blondie.
During a quiet birthday celebration, the family gathered to sing and record the moment.
Happy birthday, dear Blondie.
As the girl leaned in to blow out the candles, something unexpected happened.
Happy birthday, Blondie.
The flames went out all at once, quickly and forcefully, without her even touching them. The sudden movement didn't seem normal, and the entire family noticed it.
That wasn't me. That was strange, wasn't it?
Since then, the family has shared the video online, and many viewers were left unsettled by what they saw during such a simple, joyful moment. Haunted house tour. A real estate agent was filming a house tour when the door slowly opened by itself.
This vintage 1963 bungalow.
The house wasn't located on a windy spot, which made it all a bit eerie. Curious, she went to check, but the room was empty. Instead of leaving, she decided to challenge whatever was there.
Go ahead, open this door. Open this door like you did the other one.
With her camera still rolling, she asked for another sign. Suddenly, the fire alarm rang loudly, and something dropped from the ceiling. That was enough for her. She grabbed her things and rushed out. When the video was shared online, people noticed something odd. The face in one of the paintings had turned unusually dark. Tattoo studio ghost. During a quiet evening at a tattoo parlor, a security camera captured an odd moment that later went viral. Two women were seated when the tattoo table beside them began sliding across the floor without anyone touching it.
What happened?
The sudden movement caught them off guard. They stared for a moment, unsure of what was happening. But as the chair continued to shift on its own, their expressions changed to fear. Without wasting a second, both women bolted out of the room, leaving behind a clip that still raises questions to this day. Mysterious signal. Strange events had become part of her daily life, but this time, she wanted proof. So she picked up her phone and started recording everything around her. The room was still, and every drawer had been closed firmly. No one else was present. As she gently spoke about her mother, one drawer suddenly opened by itself, without a sound. She didn't move, just kept the camera steady. The moment felt oddly timed, as if the room had reacted. Creepy haunted doll. A strange late-night video left viewers both surprised and uneasy. A girl heard odd sounds in her kitchen and decided to film. As she turned her phone toward the cupboard, she caught a small Christmas doll, known as Lolo, eating cereal from a bowl. The video was later posted on TikTok with the caption, "Lolo finishing the cereal." When she called out his name, the doll immediately dropped, as if nothing had happened.
Lolo.
The sudden switch left her silent, unsure of what she had just witnessed in her own kitchen. Family encounter. Late at night, a man lying in bed with his children sleeping beside him, chatting with his wife over FaceTime. The call was calm. Nothing felt out of place until something in the background caught his eye. A strange figure appeared behind him on the screen, standing still and silent. His heart raced as he quickly turned around to check, but the room was empty. The figure had disappeared completely. Though the moment was brief, it left him deeply unsettled, unable to forget what he had just seen. Strange disturbance. One girl was recording her friend dancing when she suddenly freaked out. She stopped the dance midway and pointed at the mirror. When they replayed the footage, they noticed that the wardrobe mirror had moved on its own. Seeking answers, the two uploaded the video online, and that's when people noticed something even more mysterious.
What are you doing? Did you not hear that? No.
According to some viewers, for a brief second, the clothes hanging inside the wardrobe also moved, as if something or someone had passed through them. Some believe it could be a ghost or a spirit making its presence known. Practice room demon.
There's nothing here, and I need to finish this video, so I'm doing.
She was simply wrapping up her video, doing what she always did. The room felt quiet, and nothing seemed out of place, but as she looked toward the mirror, something caught her eye.
And I'm going to turn
A shadow shifted behind her, even though no one else was there. It moved in a way that didn't make sense. Her expression changed instantly, frozen in shock. The calm turned into fear within seconds. Without looking back, she rushed away from the spot.
Mom is back!
Leaving behind a recording that still feels unsettling to watch. Moving ball. While filming her cat near the front door, a woman unintentionally caught something strange on camera. A small ball resting by the wall suddenly began to roll across the floor, slowly, with no visible cause. The windows were shut, no fans were on, and her cat hadn't touched it. The woman stood still, confused. Was it a hidden draft? Or something else entirely? Some viewers think a spirit was trying to get her attention, while others say the timing was too perfect to ignore. Soda can. This strange moment was captured in Thailand and shared by a local woman on Facebook. She was just relaxing when her soda can started sliding by itself. No one touched it, and there was no water underneath the table, was flat. So what made it move? Some say it's just science, but to me, no logic explains it. Let me know, what do you guys think? Creepy encounter. A man had come home early from a beach trip with his family in Cape Cod. After taking a shower, he heard strange noises from the floor below. When he looked down, he saw the room door slowly opening and closing by itself. He thought maybe someone had returned, so he went to check, but no one was there. The room was empty, and nothing seemed out of place, as if something unseen was walking through. Spooky encounter. During a late-night road check, an officer spotted a car oddly parked in the middle of the road. The windows were fogged, radio blasting, but the car was locked and completely empty. Just as he reached for his radio, a pale, misty figure floated past the windshield and disappeared. It didn't walk. It moved without sound, like it wasn't part of this world. The whole thing lasted only a moment, but it left the officer stunned, unsure of what he had just seen. Grandmother Spirit. A woman and her little girl were sharing a light, cheerful moment, but the mood shifted in an instant. In the middle of their talk, the child mentioned a visitor, someone she claimed was present, and had shared a special greeting.
Mommy, your grandma's here, and she says, "Hi, Jamila."
The name she used wasn't common. It was a personal nickname. Only the woman's late grandmother had ever spoken, a name never mentioned in front of her daughter. The recording stopped soon after, and what felt like an ordinary moment suddenly left behind a quiet, lingering unease. Tall demon. A woman was heading out for a quick trip to the store when something stopped her cold. Just as she reached the front door, her jacket's hood snapped back sharply as if someone had grabbed it, yanking her off balance and sending her to the floor. Startled, she tore the jacket off and stumbled backward, breath shallow, trying to process what had just happened. Then, from around the corner, a tall, shadowy figure emerged. It was so massive, it had to duck to fit through the hallway, but it didn't. It kept coming, until the video cut off, leaving the fate of the woman unknown.
Leave me alone!
Hospital encounter. A man sat alone in a quiet hospital room, waiting while his wife was in the delivery ward. The space around him felt still, with no one else in sight. But as he shifted slightly and glanced down from the bed, something unusual caught his attention. A pair of legs stood near one of the empty beds, motionless. There was no sound, no footsteps, and no shadow leading to a body. The quiet room suddenly felt heavy, and what should have been a calm weight turned into something deeply unsettling. Room presence. This video was posted online by a woman who sounded truly shaken. Her heavy breathing and panicked voice made it clear something had gone terribly wrong. She recorded herself locking the door, grabbing a pepper spray, and rushing toward her bed. But just as she sat down, something chilling happened. The mattress visibly bent next to her, exactly as if someone else had just sat down. But no one was there. The fear in her voice said it all. Something wasn't right in that room. Creepy legs. This security camera footage has left people completely puzzled. It shows someone walking down the road, but only their legs are visible. The upper half of their body completely gone, like it was never there. The legs moved normally, as if nothing was wrong, but the sight was anything but normal. Viewers have been debating whether it's a camera glitch, a trick of the light, or something truly paranormal. But no matter the cause, one thing's clear. This strange sighting is hard to forget. Invisible force. She thought she was alone in the store, but as she bent down to check a box, something completely unexpected happened. The security camera captured the moment an unseen force grabbed her leg and pulled her across the floor. She kicked and struggled until she finally broke free and ran outside in shock. Later, attention turned to a creepy doll hanging nearby, said to bring bad luck. Was it just coincidence, or something much more disturbing? Terrifying doll. A man brought home an old doll he had discovered inside a long-abandoned house. At first, it seemed like just another antique, but something about the air in his home began to change. He often felt uneasy, as if unseen eyes were watching him. One night, strange sounds came from the room where the doll was placed. He slowly stepped in to check. For a moment, faint hands appeared near the doll, only to vanish when he looked closer. Then its eyes shifted slightly. Without thinking twice, he left the room and never returned. Haunted piano. A man was alone at home when he suddenly woke up around midnight with a strange, heavy feeling. Odd sounds echoed from outside his room, soft but impossible to ignore. He grabbed his phone and began recording as he stepped out to investigate. That's when he saw it. The hallway piano was playing by itself. What made it worse? That piano had been purchased from an unusual man just days earlier. Without waiting to understand more, he left the house right away and didn't return until morning. Shadow figure. A toddler quietly hugging a glass cabinet might seem harmless until the camera caught what the eyes couldn't. After the child spent several moments near the urn, her mother decided to record the unusual behavior and shared the clip with her husband. He called back almost immediately, asking her to check the video again. That's when she spotted it, a shadow-like figure quickly passing across the screen. She stayed outside after that, too unsettled to go back in. Bed ghost. She was lying in bed, scrolling through her phone, when the unthinkable happened. The pillow beside her began to sink, as if something unseen had climbed into bed. No footsteps, no sound, just a slow, unsettling shift. Alarmed, she reached for her baby and rushed out. The footage later revealed everything. That spot on the bed moved like it was holding a presence, but no one else was in the room. Whatever joined her didn't come through the door. Haunted office.
And, I'm just tired, there's absolutely...
Late into the night, the quiet of an empty office began to shift. A man staying behind to finish work couldn't ignore the odd disturbances. Hoping to make sense of it, he quietly began recording. But what the camera caught only raised more questions. A low, gruff warning echoed through the space. No one was supposed to be there. Without looking back, he rushed out. Something in that room clearly wasn't meant to be seen or heard.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need Eric's help for this. I'm not gonna do this by myself.
Abandoned building demon. While exploring the dark corners of an abandoned prison in Nashville, a man began to hear unsettling voices echoing through the empty hallways. The air felt thick, and every step seemed to pull him deeper into something unknown. As he moved closer to the sound, a heavy door creaked open behind him without a single touch, and that's when it happened. Standing just a few feet away was a shadowy figure, staring with a chilling stillness. Whatever it was, he didn't wait to find out. He ran, leaving only questions behind. Ritual gone wrong. This chilling footage comes from a quiet village in Indonesia, where a mother and her son were caught on camera performing a black magic ritual. They believed they could control a powerful jinn. As the boy chanted and the ritual deepened, something in the air shifted. Moments later, a deafening blast echoed from another room. A wooden door was shattered, completely blown apart, as if something had forcefully broken through. The mother, still holding the phone, stood frozen. Had they really summoned what they thought they could control? Russian museum ghost. This strange moment was recorded inside a museum in Russia, where late-night security footage revealed something no one expected. A figure of a woman in white appeared to drift across the hallways, sometimes clear, other times fading like mist. Her presence didn't match anything natural. The guards had just checked the area and found no one, yet the camera caught her clearly, though her body kept flickering, almost like a bad signal. Something about her felt entirely out of place. Creepy wheelchair ghost. A chilling photo has been making rounds online. At first glance, it's just a wheelchair in an empty hallway. But look closely at the floor, and you'll spot something unsettling. A shadowy figure holding the wheelchair, even though no one's there. It's the kind of image that leaves you wondering who or what is casting that shadow. Haunted school. A school guard received a strange alert. Someone had entered a locked classroom late at night. As he checked the security feed, a faint shadow appeared at the classroom window, even though no one should have been there. Later investigations uncovered something disturbing. The school had been built over an old cemetery. Could that explain the shadowy presence still wandering the halls? Ghostly figure in home. A group of friends were hanging out at their buddy's place, just having a normal evening. One of them had brought a new camera and decided to film some casual footage for fun. As one of the guys walked into the kitchen and bent down to grab something from the fridge, the camera, still recording, captured something eerie. A pale, ghostly figure appeared to glide behind the fridge door, just inches away from him. He suddenly stopped him and went to check, but there was no one. Everyone was shocked when they saw it later. None of them had noticed anything strange at the time.
Vocês nem esperaram pra festa aí, né, mano? Meu Deus do céu, que porra é essa? Mano, eu vi uma coisa aqui, Thiago. Tem uma coisa que passou aqui, velho.
Possessed doll.
Tengo esta tacita, y
A little girl was happily recording herself while playing with her doll, laughing and enjoying her time. But things took a strange turn when the doll's hand suddenly moved on its own. At first, she ignored it, thinking maybe she bumped it by accident. But then, it happened again, clearly and slowly, right in front of her. That's when her smile faded. She froze for a moment, then jumped up and ran out of the room, clearly scared, calling out for her mom in a panic. Ghost outside home. Animals always sense things we can't, and this clip might prove it. On a quiet evening, August 3rd, 2023, a home security camera picked up something no one could explain. A dark, shadowy figure floated past the house, almost like it wasn't fully there. Just before it appeared, the family dog froze and growled, clearly disturbed by something unseen. The strange timing between the dog's reaction and the eerie figure has left viewers unsettled. What really passed by that night? The mystery still lingers. Strange home shadow. A man checked his security footage after something strange happened around 2 a.m. He noticed the porch light was on and the front door, usually locked, was unlocked. The next morning, a neighbor's camera revealed something eerie. Lights turning on by themselves, followed by a fast-moving white mist across the side window, where no one could physically walk. The man believes he may have captured something paranormal on camera that night.